and then we'll like kind of segue into Bruno Fernandes because we got our man, Steph.
Yeah, smart.
You got our man. What did you
Finally.
What did you make of his debut?
I think he had a very good debut. We actually had a midfielder start shooting at the goal for once. Do you know what I mean? We don't tend to have that lately. I mean, especially with Pogba being out. But overall, he ended up playing next to he played in midfield. Fred played next to Fred in midfield. So he played. Fred was last, like the DM, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But you saw Bruno collecting the ball off Harry Maguire, off Victor Lindelof, off the right back and left back, and then trying to dictate the game going forward. Which, if you asked him, I reckon his best position is probably not that role. You put him at number 8, number 10, floating up, second striker, that kind of role. So, but we had injuries, and the only choice. I mean, we spoke about this the other day and today a little bit. There was no other choice but to play in there. Yeah, you could have brought Garner in, which was the only other midfielder. I know what you're going to say to me now about changing tactics and whatnot, but you need 2 in midfield. You need 2 in midfield. You can't just play one midfielder. You can't.
All I'm saying is, yeah, I'm this close, I'm this close, people, to start tweeting Ollie out. And being up here and saying Ollie out. I'm this close. I don't know what you're laughing for, Jason. I'm this close. Because, and I put a message up. I don't know if anybody saw my WhatsApp, or I put a message up when we signed Bruno Fernandes, and I just prayed. I said, please, let's not kill him as well. Because the fact of the matter is, Stav, we have brought quality players to this football club since Fergie has left. And everybody has left a worse player. Everybody. And and it's because, no, don't get me wrong, I can't blame Ollie for that because Ollie ain't been there. But Ollie, people were going, Ollie's coming out in the press conference talking about our players are tired, winter break. I'm so glad about the winter break, making these stupid jokes about the goal line, moving the goal and all of this stupidness. He's an idiot. And then talking about, not many teams break Wolverhampton down. And then also talking about, we've played them 3 times this year and we've kept a clean sheet in 3 and we've scored 1 and they've scored none. Like, what does that mean? Who cares about that?
Yeah, but what's he going to say? He's not going to
talk the realness, but stop with this nonsense, Stav. And what I'm saying is that he's trying to go on, and Man United fans, some of them out there that are trying to back Ollie, are trying to go on, like, we ain't been playing this way for the whole season. Like, the teams that sit back, we ain't been seeing this. It ain't got nothing to do with the players being tired. And it ain't got nothing to do with creative midfield. Because even when he had Pogba, he played him deep. So Bruno Fernandes comes in. Commentators are talking about Bruno Fernandes playing in the 10 in the first half. I'm thinking, was I watching a different game? Because no, he wasn't. Him and Fred were playing in that double role, yeah?
First half, it was a little bit more forward.
Andreas was playing there.
Don't talk so about that.
Yeah, exactly. But Andreas was playing there, Mata was on the right, and then what you get is Mata and Andreas condensing the space because Mata likes to drift in, Andreas is in there, and then you had Bruno Fernandes picking up that ball in that right-sided channel bit, picking up the ball from Aaron Wan-Bissaka and that. That's what he was doing a lot of the time. Then he was floating across, but he wasn't really playing too further forward.
No, but
second half, he definitely played in deep because Ollie even said we wanted him to play deep to pick the ball up from the defence and control the game from there. But I'm like, that's exactly what he used to do with Pogba. This is what we need, creativity up top. But yet you've got our most creative player playing in the...
Yeah, but like I said, what were really our options? I know you're going to say tactics, but player-wise...
Look,
who would you have played your 2?
Let me say something, yeah? If I had the tactics and that, I wouldn't be on bloody everyone's a pundit. Yeah? These man is the one getting paid millions to manage Manchester United Football Club. Come up with something. Yeah? We're a counter-attacking team. When we're not there to counter-attack, so when the games where we've got 63% possession and 68% possession and all of that, find a way of playing, Stav.
I get that.
You've now got your man who can unlock the door, find a way to use him in effective areas.
So I'll go back to my question then. Who would you have put next to Fred?
I would have brought in Garner.
All right, that's the risk.
I would have brought in Ghana.
I agree with you.
I would have brought in
If you
Ghana.
wanted to get the best out of Bruno that game, bring in Ghana.
I would have brought
Because
in.
he's the next young midfielder knocking on the door to start for us. He's very good.
And we're going back to a manager who talks about playing the youth.
Exactly.
So what is it? Is Ghana like a number 8 midfielder?
Yeah.
Ghana, It's that.
Okay.
Right,
I've never really seen him, so.
It gets his
Well, then,
foot stuck
it
in.
makes sense to probably play someone like that next to Fred or whatever.
And let's all remember as
I would
well.
have played Pereira.
Or play Pereira there.
Wasn't he playing on the wing?
I don't know what it was doing.
Pereira was playing in the 10 or playing in the wing. In the second half, he got moved out to the wing. It
Can we stop
looked
talking
like.
about it, please?
The second half, Pereira got moved out to the wing.
Another thing that you guys need is you need another winger. I mean,
Do you know what?
You
Do you know
got-
what? We spoke about Daniel James at the beginning of the year, right? And we were
Whack.
talking
Whack.
as if Sanchez was going to stay. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So we thought maybe Dan James ain't going to get
He ain't going to get many
that
games.
many minutes.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
bought him at really cheap, £80 million. We loved his pace because that's all about Man United. We're all about pace, attacking, blah blah blah. So we thought, all right, he'll come on, and then obviously first couple of games, Sanchez was gone, done deal. So his hand got forced to play him, I reckon. He scored a couple of goals. We got gas for nothing, and then like we could see early doors. A friend of mine, Them, we spoke about it quite a lot. We could see that his end product wasn't great, and we spoke about this as well. But we could see his pace. What we're not doing is we're not using his pace effectively. We're giving the ball to feet instead of playing him in
space.
behind.
Yeah, into space.
And you
But
know
what's
what?
that down to, Stav?
And you know what I clocked the other day? And Rance clocked it as well. He was in the stands taking a video, and Bruno was going to him, "Stay out wide. I'll find you."
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. It shouldn't be down to Bruno. This should be the coaching on the training ground. There's a little clip that was on Twitter that somebody put where Bruno's got the ball. You've got must have been Wan-Bissaka's there, and I'm thinking that was probably Daniel James. Yeah, it must have been Daniel James on the right there. And then Lingard's come into that space. So Bruno's telling him, pointing, go there, go there.
And he come out wide when
And then he come out there when there's two players there. This is what. So I'm like,
Who's he telling to go there?
He was telling
Lingard.
Jesse.
He's telling Jesse Lingard, go here. You can't see it if you're just audioing, but I'm trying to think.
Right.
But he's like, go here in the space here. This is where the space is. He's pointing.
But then
And then Jesse's going to the right,
he
where we've
drops
got
to his
two
right.
players there anyway. And then Lingard passed the ball to the next man that he could have passed the ball to. Right. So I'm like, is that player intelligence, or is it coaching, or is it a bit of both?
Play intelligence. That
No, that's a bit of both, bro. Because if it's drilled into man, that this is the way we play. Because you're saying there that we're not playing we're not playing to Daniel James. We're playing to feet all of the time. It's because of the way we're playing. It's the system. That's what we're doing. There's enough data now, Stav. There's enough data.
It's called player awareness. When you're on the pitch, as if you can't see two players already there, why would you drop into that space and not drop into a triangle?
I agree.
So
I agree.
That's players up here.
I agree. I think it's a bit of both, though. I think it's
We're doing rondos in training. Rondos is about triangles, quick. So Jesse clearly ain't taking part well in that, because if he's dropping out to the right with two players there already.
Or are they doing this?
Or
are they doing this in training, Stav? Because look, me and Stav used to play football together back in the day. Funny enough, my only main injury before I snapped my Achilles was done by this guy. he made me tear my medial ligament in my knee. But anyway, he's a bit reckless. So don't listen to him too tough. I've got two players here. One that's not techie and one that's just reckless. You know what I mean? But anyway, we'll move on. But what I'm saying is that even in training, when we used to do training, we would do them little triangles. Yeah. You know what I mean? You get the ball, create space for your man and all of that stuff. It's basic drills that we don't do. You see it. It's like a couple of the man them on YouTube are saying and calling us freestyle FC, and I can see it. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you who else is freestyle, Jason. Our manager. Now tell me if you've ever seen this you wouldn't even see this on a Sunday. But tell me if you've seen this at Premier League level. You've got two substitutes sitting in the stands. Gary Neville points out, look, they're not even
warming
warmed
up.
up or nothing, so they're not coming on. Pew, 2 minutes.
They're on.
They're coming on.
Yeah.
Haven't even warmed up.
Yeah, I remember that.
They haven't even warmed up.
Who were the two subs?
You never got heat seats there on the bench, yeah?
Shut up.
Who were the two subs?
It was Delo and Lingard. Delo and Lingard were sitting in the stands with their hats on, their woolly hat and their jacket, and they're watching the game. 2-2s, they're coming on. Like, come on now. I know, Stav, you know, Jason, you know. When your manager says, warm up, you're going to be coming on in a minute. Or warm up, or I might make... Do you know what I mean? Our manager is freestyle, and that's why our play is freestyle. I'm telling you. You wanted to say
Moving on to
something, Jay?
subjects, man.
Nah.
Bruno Fernandes is a good signing. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah. I think Bruno Fernandes is a great signing, but I'm just hoping that we don't kill him, because you can bring a good player in, but it's more than that. It's more than that, because we've had Pogba and we've struggled. We've got Bruno Fernandes. We could well struggle if Oli doesn't change tactics or try and do something different, or just try and get some sort of system of play, get the forward line moving across the defence, shifting the defence from right to left. You know, that's when you see Liverpool and City do so well. When they move the ball from right to left, the defence, they're shifting the defence, and that's how you create space. We don't do that. You're playing against Wolverhampton. You're saying we've played them 3 times this year. Surely then, if you've played them 3 times this year, find a way of playing against them. You know what I mean?
No, definitely. I definitely agree there. I mean, but let's hope when we get... listen, I'm not one to blame. I don't like saying, we've got players injured. Listen, Man United should have players coming in behind when someone gets injured to play at the same level, if not just under it. That's it. So I don't blame injuries. So when we say we've got players out and whatnot, it's fine. But I would love to see some of these players to take the heat off Bruno, so we can go and play like Scott, come back in, Pogba come back in.
Well, we'll see then, innit? For me, I think it's a wrap.
So what's going to happen when Pogba comes back? Is he coming back this season?
Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back this season.
So what's going to happen with Pogba and Fernandes?
Well, they're playing the same team, innit?
Yeah.
But I reckon it would be a midfield 3 of Pogba, Fernandes and Fred. That's what I think. But then, who knows, boy? Who knows?
Yeah, because Scott last year had a good year. This year, he didn't start too well.
He didn't. He's been up and down. But then you would have people like Rio Ferdinand talking about he's been one of our best players. I'm like...
Well, I'm thinking what he means since he's come on the scene. I don't think he means...
No, he meant this season, because he was saying this season are top players, and then he didn't even mention Wan-Bissaka, and I'm just like, Rio, you're doing all of the silliness as well, all up in this corporate thing. You know,
Wan-Bissaka had 10% of what Trent had going forward.
Yeah. Well,
we'd be laughing. But he does put on some decent crosses. It's just that you can see when Wan-Bissaka goes forward, it looks like he's uncomfortable, innit?
Yeah, but...
on the ball.
Yeah, he's not really good going forward.
Yeah,
okay.
He's got his skills.
Defensively, he's good.
Wrong.
All right.
But he's not that type of right back, like you said before. He's more of us. He's a defender, innit? He's not a Trent.
You ain't getting past him.
But, yeah, again, it goes back to passage of play and systems, Jay. Because Wan-Bissaka, if you watched our game against Wolves, Wan-Bissaka's left out there on like he's a right wing to beat a defender one-on-one.
Yeah.
Now, even as good as Trent Alexander is, when do you see Trent Alexander beating defenders one-on-one?
You don't, to be fair.
You don't.
There's always someone there.
You don't. Trent Alexander gets the ball whip, or he crosses it from deep or whatever. He ain't beating defenders one-on-one. Steph, you see this?
But
we're asking. People want us to talk about he's not good going forward or not. What right back is beating defenders one-on-one?
What is Daniel James doing then?
I told you, I don't think we're using him properly. We should be playing...
Who's not using him though? Ollie's not using him properly because it's the system.
Maybe you're right there. But
all of the time, because even when you watch, we have the ball. Maguire and Lindelof have the ball. Wan-Bissaka's far forward. Wan-Bissaka was further forward at some points than Bruno Fernandes was. Bruno Fernandes would pick the ball up, he would knock it to Wan-Bissaka, and then Wan-Bissaka's there to beat defenders. And I know Daniel James is cutting inside. This is what I'm saying. We're so unbalanced. When Mata was out on the right, Daniel James was on the left. Mata's cutting inside. It's just all a shambles, man. It's a shambles.
Yeah, then people throw it down onto Martial, but
and then Martial gets the.
But Martial gets deeper and deeper and deeper. He played with his back to goal.
Martial had a bad game. I'm not.
Yeah, Redknapp slewed him still.
Yeah. He had Redknapp's an idiot, but Martial had a bad game. What I didn't like about Martial was his first touch was poor, which it usually is good, and when he did have the ball, he didn't do enough with it. But at the same time, he's our striker, and we don't create chances for our strikers. He had no shots, no shots on goal, no attempts.
What's going to happen when?
Go on.
Because I think he's going to start Igalo next game.
Yeah, and you think
He's going to push Martial wide.
You got people on Twitter that are actually doing polls, and people are talking about Igalo over Martial. I'm this fan base now, it's just gone mad.
I'm just going to tell you how it is.
Mad. These people don't know football. I don't care. I know we got to take on everybody's opinions, and this is cool views. I got to listen to everybody's views. But you do not know football. I'm sorry to not see the problems at Man United. That you think you throw in Igalo in here and that changes anything. We don't create chances.
But you know what's going to happen, right?
He comes in and scores a hat-trick.
No, he's going to play up front and Martial's going to be pushed out to the left. What do you think is going to happen?
To be fair, I'm not against that. I'm not actually against that.
Because
I'm not actually against that because Martial's wavy on the wing.
On the wing, cutting in, blah, blah.
He's wavy. So I'm not actually against that. So, boy.
Dan James will still play out on the right.
Dan James is championship level at best. But we should still be able to do better with what we've got.
I don't think we're using him right. That boy needs space to run into. It's cutting across defenders, getting free kicks just on the edge, getting penalties.
Yeah, but you're talking about space to cut into. But if a team sits in a low block, there ain't going to be space. So then you have to find a way of playing stuff. You can't just invent space. When a team sits, that's what I said. Move them across, but we're not doing that.
You're right.
We don't move the ball quick enough. There is no movement.
But that's been our problem for the last 3-4 years at Man United, creating chances. And we were begging out for Ozil. I was actually, to be fair, when we signed Sanchez of you lot, I wanted Ozil because that's what we were screaming out for. Ozil creating chances at the time, although he was still moaning about his contract at the time. I think he just signed it, or just before he signed it. It was just before he signed it. Hence why I was saying I want Ozil. That's the kind of player we needed, and Jose was there. I thought Jose might get the best out of him. So we've got Bruno now. Let's see if it's the real deal or not. Yeah,
well, we're gonna see anyway. As I said, I'm this close. So Ollie's got a few more games before I start shouting Ollie out. Everybody knows anyway.
I was gonna say.
Everyone knows my
Have
position
you seen
on
his
it.
tweets?
Everyone knows my
Does he need to
position
put a
on
layout?
it. But I'm just like, I ain't actually tweeted it yet, and I ain't said it up on here. But I'm this close anyway.
From Ollie at the wheel to Ollie out, boy. Wow.
So anyway, before we move off of Man United, Mr. Jason, Alex, come on, because you've had a lot to chat about on Twitter. So
like what? What have I said?
You've been running up your gums on Twitter about Man United. But the Igalo signing, and you got a lot to say.
I didn't say much about Igalo. I just thought like it's strange, but obviously it's a loan. It's not like you've actually bought him, so you see what you can do in it. It's a stopgap, to be fair. So
I know that. Okay, all right. So sorry, I thought you wanted to say something. By the way, Jason, I want to say nothing.
No, it's only you talking about Pepe. That's the only thing we've been really. I ain't said much about
Pepe.
The only thing one thing I will say though, what I did say was, it's because you wanted Josh King, whatever his name is.
Yeah. Then
you guys changed your mind, or you're gonna go back in with a higher bid. Then you said, no, you're not on it. Then you went for Igalo. I was thinking, look, does Man United know what they're doing? Do they even know who they want? That's all I said. And obviously, by looking at it like that, you could kind of see why I was thinking that, though, innit? Come on. Because if Arsenal was doing that, you'd have a lot to say, bro.
You know what? If I'm honest, I didn't know what was going on.
See?
No, I was out.
Oh, okay.
I was out.
That's what it was.
I didn't see nothing that was going on about any of... I didn't know anything that was going on about the transfer. So I see something pop through about Igalo. I just turned my phone. I was busy.
There's some meme, right, that my dad tweeted at me in, yeah. It's got Igalo tearing up defences, some little cartoon thing. Because of what's going on in China. It's got everyone moving out the way.
Do you know what I said? No, no luck. He'll probably give out that virus to Bruno Fernandes, our new signing.
I said I was crying.
That's the kind of luck we've got.
Oh,
Listen, he's gonna.
That's actually a funny meme.
I don't know if you saw him for Watford 2 seasons ago, but I think he scored like in total in the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and League. I think he scored like 28 goals.
Did he?
Yeah, he scored 17 Premier League goals. I think he got 4 FA Cup goals, and I think he got like.
So this is what someone was saying actually, that he does actually score goals. I don't remember.
They were showing clips of him.
Yeah, I remember him being a handful. Don't get me wrong, but
Listen, beggars can't be choosers, and unfortunately, Gary Neville was right. We're waiting to address these kind of things in January window with a striker that no one would have guessed we would have been linked to.
At least you guys got in. There's teams at this club that couldn't even struggling to get a striker.
Yeah, I'll be looking. We said Chelsea. It's like
Chelsea, Spurs didn't get one, but
Chelsea got strikers though.
Listen, it's hard.
They got strikers. That's
it's hard at Spurs. You know, at Spurs, if you're a striker, you're playing second fiddle. Yeah. Unless your name's
that's why it makes it hard. That's why it makes it harder for them to get strikers, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Unless your name's Mbappe or
they can't afford man like that, bro.
Messi and them kind of players, because let's not beat about it. Harry Kane's in that bracket.
Not the Messi bracket.
No, you know what we're not
Maybe
trying
not
to say.
I know what you mean. He's of a high level.
Like if you were to pick a striker, you put him in the Suarez.
I would anyway. I would. There's certain man out there that would.
You buy Harry Kane, you're buying him to be your number one striker.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're going to go there as a striker, you know, at the end of your 6 months loan and option to buy, they're probably not going to buy me. Because this guy's going to be back. He's going to be banging goals. He's their captain.
I suppose. Unless you're banging the goals and
even then, Jace, even if this guy scores, some try to come in now and score 15 goals, Harry Kane will play. They're not going to drop Harry Kane.
Look what happened in the final last year.
Yeah, and I got some inside information of that story.
We'll talk about it off air.
Yeah,
talk about it off air.
But anyway, went down in the change room.
We'll move on now. Anyway, we'll move on from that. People, let us know what you're thinking about Bruno Fernandes, Man United. New signing and all of that, and Ollie, and because I had a lot of people give Ollie a chance. My cousin, who's a United fan, is riding for Ollie, so I know there's still some man out there still Ollie in. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are, man. So we'll just quickly touch on Klopp, and then we'll wrap up because Klopp getting a bit big for his boots. He seems like a bit of the, like them man there that never had money, and then they get rich, and then they just become idiots. That seems like that's what Klopp is now. The success is getting to his head because he's now talking about he ain't gonna be there on the sideline to manage his team, or his team ain't. He's not gonna put his team.
Listen, I can see where he's come from, and when the FA turn around, the Premier League turn around and say, listen, you got a winter break. That winter break is for you guys to rest because now we've put it in place. Go away, do your thing, train in a hot country, recuperate, come back fresh for the season. And now they're telling Liverpool, actually, you've got to pay that FA Cup replay in between your winter break. So I can see his point. But if Liverpool, when I say if, I mean when they win the Premier League, if they win the Champions League, and a lot of my Liverpool mates want to win the FA Cup, they want to get that treble. Now, this is a good opportunity. I know he's been playing youth players, but how can you not want to win the FA Cup and then reach that next level? Because they're going to win the league, right? And they've got a very good chance to win the Champions League. So why not chase the FA Cup and get that treble as well? It's not like it's impossible to win. They're the best team in the country, in the world, which is a fact now. Hard for me to say that. But let's talk facts now.
Yeah.
If I was Jurgen Klopp, go away with your team, get a flight back that day. Let your second in charge or the reserve manager, whoever it is they put in charge for the last Carabao Cup game, take training up until the game, get in the dugout. It's 90 minutes of football. It's going to take 4 hours of your time. You'll be back in wherever you're going that night. Done. You've got to show face. As a manager,
you have to.
You have to show face. It was an exception for the World Club Championships because obviously they were travelling really far for that. But this time around, show your face, play a few senior players, who are the fringe players who come back from injury, blah, blah, blah. Like Matip needs a game. Lovren needs a game, but he's injured. Lallana can probably stay back for a little bit, then join up. These kind of players try and win the game because who they got? Shrewsbury, innit?
Yeah.
Shrewsbury.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, Shrewsbury.
Shrewsbury, yeah.
Yeah, win the game because they're probably going to win it, even with their
Youth.
their youth team. But try and chase that treble.
Yeah.
It's a good opportunity.
What are you saying, Jay? What are you saying about it?
I think he should be there. I think obviously you knew. It's not like he didn't know this would happen if they got a draw when the replay would take place. He knew when the replay was going to take place. Obviously his team didn't get the job done. It is what it is, man. You're paid by Liverpool to manage Liverpool Football Club.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the team you set. It's a competition that your club is in. It's not like it's the under 21s competition. It's the actual FA Cup.
It's the FA Cup.
So you need to manage that. You can't be telling people you're not managing because you want to go away with the team. So what? Like I said, just come back and it's going to take 4 hours out of your time. Just come back and manage the team and go back to what you need to do.
Yeah, but you see the trend here now. Like, it started with the Carabao Cup, whatever it's called these days, right? Like, people playing weak teams. Now it's moved on to the FA Cup. Bro.
Yeah, but listen to this though, yeah? If they allow him, because I'm sure the FA will probably get involved in this, if they allow him to do this, if this happens with any other club in the future, it's gonna be a trend where the managers might start coming back. I'm not gonna be managing.
But I think I read somewhere. I think they may punish Liverpool for that. I don't know, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, no man. I've never heard of a manager actually doing that.
Yeah, but listen, if it was Carabao Cup, I can probably understand. But FA Cup, we actually demoted.
This is what I'm thinking. This is the FA Cup. This is like the British thing, you know, the FA Cup. There's so much tradition.
Don't get me wrong, they killed it when they took away semi-finals from Old Trafford and Villa Park.
Yeah.
For me, that was.
They need to stop playing at Wembley.
At Wembley,
I think
Wembley used to be the thing, innit? You get to Wembley. Now Wembley is just like you're going to Wembley. I agree.
So you get to Wembley for the semi-finals. So you played at Wembley. So if you're a lower league team, like your Championship team or League One team that's got to the semis, you've been to Wembley now. Where's your incentive to get to Wembley? There's no incentive there.
I agree with that.
But a lot of all my Liverpool mates, if there's a trophy there to be won, they want to win it. And now it means even more. If they get the treble, they can say we've won the treble. And the other team.
And look, let's have it right as well. Look, he can play the youth man that he has been doing. That's a lot of them youth players seem good enough to be doing this. And like you say, he's still got a lot of senior players that aren't playing that he can throw in. So anyway, I just think that Klopp's being Klopp at the moment, trying to be above the law.
I reckon he'll be there anyway.
Because Liverpool are the way they are. It's just getting to his head. But let us know what you think, people, about Klopp and his comments. Do you agree with him? Or do you think that, like what I think, he's just getting a bit above his station? But we're going to have to wrap up. It's a little bit longer than I anticipated today. We had a lot to talk about. As I said, I had to get my guy Stav on today.
Go on a bit.
No, because there was a lot about, as I said, I don't think there's been a lot of Man United talk on Everyone's a Pundit, and I wanted to get into some and discuss some issues that we're going through, man.
We're going to need more than the time that we had tonight.
Exactly, boy. We're going to see. We've got the winter break now, people. But Everyone's a Pundit is not going on a break. We're going to be back again next week. But I'm Semps and
I'm Stav.
I'm Jason.
And we thank you all for watching and listening. This is Everyone's a Pundit, episode 26. We're gone.
Done now, big up.
Cheers.